morning. Good morning. Wait, is my mic on? It is on. I was literally just talking to you. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. I'm tired as usual. We don't need to say apologies. I don't need to do anything crazy. But TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, everybody that's here with us. Good morning. Oh, I can't even see you on the camera tomorrow. Hold on.
I can see me. Can you hear me?
I'm talking about the TikTok screen. I can see you and I can hear you. I'm just saying on the TikTok I couldn't. But good morning, y'all. As y'all see, it is me and Tamaya today. So Sharnice she's feeling under the weather. I won't say what I was going to say because I was going to give y'all this dramatic story of how she was dying and all the different things. She's fine. She's just not today, so she had to miss out. But we do have Tamaya, and Tamaya is as equally awesome.
Yay!
What are we talking about this week? We're talking financial literacy, starting business coaching, business advice, and things like that. You know, we'll dabble a little into credit and credit repair, but for the most part, today. I guess I'm the one that's being questioned, right? We're gonna talk about scaling your business, starting your business, scaling your business, understanding your business, all the things that you need to know when running a business. And so if you want to start a business, if you already have a business and you're unsure where to go, what to do, things like that, we're answering those questions. So you guys, TikTok, if you guys have live questions, feel free to ask them. Any other platform, wherever you guys are watching from, we should be able to see your questions on the chat. If we are skipping your questions, that means we don't see them. We don't skip any questions. So if we don't ask it on the live, that means we didn't see it. All right. So just we're not avoiding anybody, it's just that we didn't see it. So Tamaya, I am ready.
Okay, cool. So the first question is, what is your background? Tell us how you became a coach.
So my background, I started a credit repair business first. I had a credit repair business. Well, still do have an outsourcing business, but I had a credit repair business for 2 years. I fixed over hundreds of people's credit. And by doing so, I realized I don't get the satisfaction from actually helping people fix their credit scores, like taking them from 500 to 700. That's not what made me feel good. It was the coaching aspect of it, teaching them what I'm doing, showing them how to keep their credit score high, showing them how to make money out of their credit, showing them how to start businesses and doing the things like that. So I started to learn more about coaching. Then I started to realize I'm helping a lot of credit repair business owners myself. I'm a credit repair business owner, and I'm helping credit repair business owners. So I started to learn more about the coaching aspect and the do's and don'ts. I made a lot of mistakes. I'm sure you have too, but I used my mistakes as a learning curve to kind of navigate what newer credit repair business owners should do. And then I started to network with different entrepreneurs in different industries, and I kind of figured out that it's not just the credit repair business, it's just business owners in general that face these same, roadblocks. So I kind of started helping different business owners, helping people in different industries, and I just love it. I love it. So that's kind of where I started, how I got the way.
Okay. So education is really important to you in terms of like interacting with people so that they can have a plan when they leave you, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, education, that's the first thing, like first and foremost. Like through my networking, I realized a lot of people are wasting money because of the lack of education. They'll buy something because it looks good, fear of missing out. They'll see that everyone else has it, so they want it, not realizing that they don't need it or they already have something that works just like it. And a lot of people are just uneducated. I hate to sound like I'm being negative, but a lot of reasons to why new business owners fail or people can't fix their credit or keep it good is education. We just don't know.
Mm-hmm. So, what are the biggest financial mistakes you see entrepreneurs making, and how can they be avoided?
The first one, I mean, I just kind of just talked about it. Education. The first financial mistake is lack of education. Elevate your Wednesday. What's going on, y'all? So the first financial mistake is the lack of education. Educate yourself first. Before you go buying all the softwares, before you go buying all the mentorships, before you go buying all the courses, find a book. It could be a hard copy, it could be an ebook, whatever. Find a book. I won't even say that. Before you spend any money, get the free education. YouTube exists, TikTok, and I'm not saying that these are the most reliable places, but at least get the general knowledge of what you're trying to do. Get the general education of what you're trying to do. If you're trying to start a business, go YouTube starting a business. Go Google starting a business. Go to Barnes and Nobles and get a book on starting a business. At least educate yourself on the bare minimum of starting a business. So that way, when you really try to start your business, you have a general idea. If you went to 10 sources and 7 of them are saying to do the exact same thing, chances are then that's probably the right thing to do. But if you just like, oh, well, this guru said to do this, and I'm just gonna take his advice, you already failed yourself because you decided to just follow the one thing that said to do the one thing. And I can't, even with myself, I'm not always right. What I do works for me, but what I do won't work for you. What I do might not even work for Tamaya. I'm sure I've given her a lot of advice that either all of it didn't work, some of it didn't work. Some of it did work. It doesn't. It's hit or miss. But everybody's different, and that's why the education part is so important. We're learning what everybody's doing. You can start to see like, oh shoot, well, KP's doing XYZ. I'm not comfortable doing that. Is there another way that I can do what he's suggesting? And then you can figure out how to go through and do something like that.
Gotcha. Now, can you discuss some key financial metrics that entrepreneurs should be tracking regardless of industry or business model?
Key financial metrics. I would say taxes, really. Well, I guess key financial metrics will be income, taxes, and expenses. So those will be the 3 keys that you need to understand. And income is important because what I failed to do as a new entrepreneur, which I'm sure a large amount of entrepreneurs fail to do, is understanding that all the income your business makes is not your money. If my business made $10,000 this month, I don't have $10,000 to spend. I still have expenses that I need to pay for and taxes that I need to cover at the end of the year. Boy, my first year paying taxes was whew. you go from getting a refund check to the government saying, "Oh yeah, I need you to go ahead and cut us a check." It hurts because of your expectations. You like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get back this much, this much, this much." I mean, granted, we had the kids. It kind of offset, but it sucks if you're used to getting back 8, 9, 10,000, and then all of a sudden the government was like, "Oh no, you owe us 4,000." That's a hell of a slap in the face. But that's income is important. Making sure you understand that all that income isn't yours. Taxes is important because of the story I just gave. You have to put a specific amount to the side for taxes. I'm not an accountant. I have an accountant, but you don't want to take this as financial advice. Make sure you get an accountant to handle things for you. If you're on a smaller side, you don't really need an accountant. If you're making less than $100,000 a year, you should be able to handle it yourself. My accountant told me when we first got together, you want to put to the side at least 15% of all your income a month to be able to cover taxes at the end of the year. Could be a little more, could be a little less, but the good rule of thumb is 15%. So if you're making 10K a month, take 1,500 out of that, which is 15%. Put it in a separate bank account, which is for your taxes. So that way at the end of the year, you can pay it, you'll have enough to pay your taxes, or you could pay quarterly. It's different ways that you could pay taxes. But if you're making over 100K a year, you should have an accountant. That way you have someone else that's focusing on that. You don't have to focus on it. The last thing was what I say, expenses. Make sure you're tracking your expenses. I cannot stress this, man. Like I said, people are seeing, newer entrepreneurs are not used to seeing 10, 20, $30,000 a month. So you're gonna think, oh man, I could buy this car, I could buy this iWatch, I could buy this iPad, you know what I'm saying? I could buy this new computer. We good. I just made 20K last month. I'll make it back next month. No, track your expenses. If you have employees, you got to pay your employees. Softwares that you own, you got to pay for the softwares. Put money to the side for new investments. Put money to the side to pay yourself. I'm not saying you have to put yourself on payroll early on, but you have to be able to track where all your expenses are going. You don't want to spend more than 50% of your income on any type of expense. No individual expense should be more than 50% of your income. You got to have savings, you got to have payroll, you have to have money for investing, and then money to grow your business, such as like ad spend, or if you're going to invest in some type of software that allows you to bring in leads and sales and things like that. So expenses are very important. Income, taxes, and expenses are my three the key financial things to look at.
So I know for myself, I have multiple checking accounts, or maybe they would be called savings accounts, whatever, that I divide my payroll into, my expenses, my savings for tax, and then just a general checking account to use when I'm using, like if I need to use my debit card or something. Most of the time, I use my credit card
Whoa,
to
whoa!
get
Don't use that word. We don't use that word.
anything that I can use it for. Some stuff will make you attach a bank account. Some stuff makes you attach a bank account. So they won't let you use a credit card. Is that something that you do as well?
Yeah, multiple bank accounts. So everything that I just explained can have its own. Well, it doesn't have to have its own bank account. The reason I have their own bank accounts is for leveraging my credit. But you can have a different checking account. So if you only have one bank, have different checking account. One for taxes, one for income, one for expenses, et cetera, et cetera. Once you get into learning how to leverage your credit, instead of having different checking accounts, you have different banks. Because if I got a Chase bank, guess what? Chase can give me 100K on the credit side. Then I have a Bank of America. Bank of America give me 100K. If I got a Navy Fed, if I got a Wells Fargo, the more bank accounts you have, the more money you can leverage when your credit gets better. So that's more of the advanced thing, but it's the same difference. You want to have different accounts for all your different things, so you know, and then also have a different personal account, because if you're paying yourself, you're able to track how much you're spending. Like I said, if you make 10K, let's say you make 20K this month, right? You make 20K this month. Why are you spending 10,000 of that on personal things? You know, I get it. We got to have living expenses. Tamaya shouldn't be buying a new living room set. Tamaya shouldn't be going and buying, new contacts or glasses, getting their hair done and all that crazy stuff. These are things that are wants and not needs for your business. These are personal wants and not necessities for your business. So they can be put on a back burner, at least until you have the income to supplement it. Having a different bank account makes that a lot easier, because if you know, all right, I made 20K, I put 2,500 in my personal checking account. You could blow that 2,500. You've already accounted for that 2,500 to be spent on a personal side. It doesn't affect anything else you're doing, and you're good to go. So yeah, having either multiple checking accounts or multiple bank accounts is definitely gonna help you keep track of everything.
Okay, gotcha. So this one is a little bit different. How has technology changed the way we think about money management, and what impact has it had on entrepreneurs?
Technology, shoosh. So ChatGPT, everybody knows about it. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody feels like it's gonna take over the world. It's not. ChatGPT is a great automation. ChatGPT makes things a lot easier, but you still have to know how to use it.
Mhm.
That's the problem that I'm seeing with a lot of people. They're like, "Oh, I just ChatGPT it." When you actually dig into ChatGPT, and I'm in ChatGPT like every day. When you actually dig into ChatGPT, you realize it gives you robotic looking answers. It gives you robotic, if you use it for a questionnaire like how we use it, then it's cool. You got, whatever. But if you're using it for like an email automation, a marketing campaign, a YouTube, the verbiage it's going to give you is going to be generic.
Mhm.
So using the automation is good, but it can also backfire if you're not really putting your own spin on things. If you're just trying to put in something like, "Hey, Chat GPT, I want to make a YouTube. Give me the verbiage." You're gonna sound like a robot when you read it off verbatim. So you still want to use the automations, because automations are good to have. AI is good to have, but you have to understand that those things are made to give you the most basic type of answers. They're not made to help you run your business like in full. If you use them right, they are. Don't quote that, but a lot of people are going to start or have already started relying too heavily on AI and don't fully understand how to use it. Like I've been using ChatGPT, what, 4, 6. I mean, we've been using it for a while now. I know we've been talking about it in the group chat, but I'm still learning how to use it. I'm still learning different ways to ask it questions and different ways to get it to change the things that I want. And I'm digging in every single day. So you could just imagine for the average Joe that's only using it once a week or maybe once a month or one time, and they just like, oh, let me just type this in. Let me get an email real quick. Okay, well now you have a generic email. I'm to the point where I can ask ChatGPT a question. I can refine that question. I can tell it to give me the name of a title. I can tell it to remember that the name of the overall program is this, and this is who I wanted to cater to, and this is the emotion that I wanted to invoke, and this is my target audience. And now it's going to be fully customized to exactly what I want to reach the target that I want, and not just saying, "Hey, give me this." So prime example, let's say I do credit repair. Let's go back to credit repair, right? I know who my target audience is. I know what I want them to feel. I know the pain points I wanted to pull out. I know how often I wanted to send them the emails. I'm going to input all of that into ChatGPT. I want a 30-day marketing campaign that targets married men with children that are financially unstable, right? I want this email to go out every 3 to 5 days. I also want to promote the Elevation Academy at least once a week. I'm going to feed it all of that. So now when it comes back and it's giving me like tips and tricks on credit repair, it's not just going to give me generic excuse me. It's not just going to give me generic tips and tricks. It's going to give me tips and tricks that cater specifically to what I inputted. It's also going to know I'm going to say the Elevation Academy is the name of the program. So for each email header or for each start of the subject, it's going to tell the email, hey, this is the Elevation Academy. This is KP from the Elevation. So now it's easier for me to copy and paste because it's already doing what I wanted to do. And that's the difference from just a generic AI and an AI that you understand how to use. So it can be good, but it can also be bad for the people that are just trying to click and go.
But do you think that technology has influenced the way people think about money management? Because now we have access to a lot of stuff, a lot of people putting out content. How do you think it has influenced anything about money management? Is that a weird
I don't think
question?
it influenced money management at all. I mean, I guess people would spend more now because they think that, oh, this is a great automation. Let me buy it. Let me pay a monthly subscription for it. But me and you just had this conversation just earlier before the podcast. A lot of people buy things and don't use them,
Mhm.
like AI, like software, like courses and classes. So this is just going to add to another list of expenses that can hurt a new entrepreneur if they're not using it the right way. How I like to coach and how I like to teach is before you buy anything, you need to figure out how it can make you money. Once you figure that out, now you're good. As long as you know how it can make you money, you should be making money from it. Before I do any investment, I think my personal cap is 500, my business cap is 1500. Before I can make those decisions, I gotta ask either Jazz or Natasha, my accountant, can I make this? Like, hey, look, this I'm about to spend 750, babe. I'm good, right? Or hey, Natasha, this class is $2,500. This is what it's gonna do. This is how we can make money back from it, and then she can approve me to make it on the business side. So that's my one little safeguard. Then the second thing is before I even present that to them, I look through it myself. Okay, if I buy this course, it's going to teach me this. How can I use this to make more money from it? If a course costs $2,500, how can I make my $2,500 back with the education from whatever they're going to teach me? Before I even spend the dollar, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to make the money back or profit from whatever I'm about to buy. And that's the mindset that you all need to have, is understanding how to profit from something before you buy it. Just having the education isn't going to be enough without a game plan. The education should help you get the game plan, but a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people have the FOMO, and FOMO really hurts you more than it helps you. Stop caring
Mhm.
about what everybody else is buying. Stop caring about what everybody else is doing. Stop caring about how fast everybody else is growing or moving, and worry about yourself. Worry about how can it help you? How can whatever you're about to buy help you elevate your business, elevate yourself? And once you figure that out, I promise you, everything you buy is going to be a lot more worth it.
Gotcha. Okay. So I have another question. Can you talk a bit about how financial goals and entrepreneurship intersect and why it's important to have clear financial plans in place?
What was the second? You said how financial goals and what intersect?
So can you talk a bit about how financial goals and entrepreneurship intersect and why it's important to have clear financial plans in place?
Man, look, you asked the question after I answer it, like from the last one.
I
But
just skipped like a few of them because they all look the same. Don't do
they all
that
look the
one.
same. Yeah,
Well, no,
I told Shanice that. I said you need
I just
some
do
better.
like four.
She's the. Remember, I was talking about how you just asked ChatGPT a generic question and it gives you just
Yeah,
some generic stuff. Prime
yeah,
example.
you do all of this. Hold on.
This me throwing my partner under the bus, y'all. Y'all know I had to do it every Wednesday. She gave us some generic questions, y'all. But
Got a good one.
um, to answer it's the game plan. It goes back to game planning. With the education, as long as you can game plan what you're going to spend your money on, financial planning becomes a lot easier. If I know I've made 10K this month, right? I'm not going to game plan to spend 10K unless, and I'll give you guys an unless I've done my research and I am for sure, and we all take risks. Nothing is for sure. We know that in life. But if I have a strong feeling, if I know, like let's say with me and you, tomorrow, let's say you gave me an opportunity like KP, it costs $10,000. And in 6 months to a year, you'll have tenfold of that, right? You tell me this, okay, I believe you. Let me go do some side research. Whatever she's selling me, whatever she's trying to teach me, she's correct. I'm gonna be able to make 10K. Let's say real estate. Yeah, we all know real estate. You make millions, but I have to invest $10,000 into this education to understand how to buy real estate property, to understand how to leverage my credit to get my first property, how to start making residual income, how to put it on Airbnb, how to do all these things. Where the education and the financial understanding of okay, I have $10,000. Now I did my research. I'm gonna go ahead and spend this $10,000. Put in the work because that's a key point too. I'm going to put in the work to then make my money back and then start making more money from it. So it's just kind of touching back on the same thing. Do your research, understand what you're spending your money on, have a game plan on how you're going to make money from it, and then it'll all work out. It shouldn't work out. It will work out. As long as you're putting in the work, it's gonna work out. You can't be lazy. You can't be a procrastinator. You can't be full of excuses. As soon as you say can't and don't, you won't. As soon as you say those things, as soon as you start feeding your mind the negativity, it takes over. I'm gonna do this. I will do this. Instead of saying can't or don't, say not right now or say um not yet. Give yourself motivation. Slow yourself down, but never stop yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not yet, almost there, we almost finished. Like keep pushing, just don't stop. Once you stop, you can't pick it back up. It's done.
Okay, I have a better question.
Mm-hmm.
How has COVID-19 or the pandemic impacted financial literacy and entrepreneurship? What are some emerging trends to watch out for? So this is a big one. We saw a major shift after
I
the
was about to
pandemic.
say, yeah, for me specifically, I went from electrician to a business owner, entrepreneur. I got 3 businesses now. So like, it really just depends on the person. Like COVID had negative impacts to some and positive impacts for others. I'm talking about significantly in both directions. A lot of people lost family, lost lives, and emotion took over. So they weren't able to move on, and they weren't able to grow. They weren't able to do things. So like it really tipped the scale. It took it from even 9 to 5 ground where we were all just used to being 9 to 5 workers to people having significant losses. Their money makers were the ones that were passing. You know what I'm saying? What do I do now? We didn't game plan for this. COVID just took us by storm, and those people took really really big hits. I know the government did its best to kind of, I say, pacify. I don't, them stimulus checks and the unemployment, all of that for me. And I'm not downing anybody that relied on it. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm being disrespectful, but for me, that just pacified the whole US. You know what I'm saying? Giving us $600 a month for 12. I'm not even sure how much they were giving, 600 a week or whatever. that pacified us because it didn't motivate anybody to go and start a business. It didn't motivate you to get your credit fixed. It just said, oh, well, we'll give you $1,200 a week. Just stay in the house. Don't do nothing. We'll just pay you all this money to do nothing. So now nobody inspired to be better. Nobody inspired to do better things with the money. They were just spending, spending, spending. Everybody was at home. We were probably buying things on the TV. I know Disney Plus and Netflix and Hulu. All in every movie was in. They shut down the theater, so every movie was on TV. So all this money is just getting dumped on the internet. And for the negative side of things, it became worse for people that didn't really inspire to be more, because now they could be less and keep the money that they had. So when the money went away, for those people, they took the biggest hit because now you don't have any income. You weren't improving your life over the last 2 years. You're kind of, I don't even want to say you're stuck. You're actually doing worse than you were before, because I know a few people that kind of relied on that unemployment check, that was relying on them stimulus checks, and now they don't have anything. Oh, I can't pay my rent. Well, why didn't you get a job in that time? Oh, well, nobody was hiring. Well, we've been hiring. Well, the U.S. has started hiring for like the last six months or so. So it's like, because they became complacent with not doing, they didn't do. That's the negative side. Then the positive side is the exact opposite in the winning side. So like for people like myself, I'm sure you started as well, but when you had people that took the initiative and people that wanted to thrive and took the money that the government gave us to fix their credit or to start a business and to use it for education and understanding, those people did a lot better. I've known people, not known, they're still living, but I know people that have become millionaires in the last 3 years just from the COVID pandemic, because they took the time out to capitalize. And I hate that it sounds this way, but they took the opportunity to capitalize on COVID. Let me start a business and let me sell what the people are looking for. Let me sell credit education. Let me sell financial literacy. Let me sell a software that helps you do this or a program that helps you do that. Let me start, like when Airbnbs finally started picking up. So many people started the Airbnb cleaning business. Think about it. You got the people that have the Airbnbs. Who's cleaning them? Oh, well, let me go and start an Airbnb cleaning business. You got the people that had the Turo cars. Well, who's cleaning them? Oh, let me start a Turo car cleaning business. Like, people that had the mindset of making money made money, and they're making a lot of it because now they're the staples of whatever they do. So now that everybody else is finally starting to get back in the fold of working, all of these businesses need workers. Well, let me just go ahead and hire the Americans. Let me go back and hire you guys that didn't take the initiative. Now you can work for me. And it, myself included, I have employees, but it's like I see how hard the scale tipped, and it's like either you did a lot worse after COVID or you did a lot better after COVID. I don't really see a lot of people that stayed the same though. COVID hit us. It hit us. I mean, hell, the world shut down. That's a significant feat in its own. I still remember the news saying we couldn't go outside after, what was it, 10 o'clock? Well, I don't know. I was still living in Maryland at the time, but I'm not sure what was the curfew where you were living. It was like 10 o'clock, right?
It was 10.
Like that was a scary thing. They like, oh, if you caught outside, you going to jail. We were like, what? You're not used to this. You used to being able to be outside whenever you want. Then they telling you will go to jail if you outside after a certain time. Only people were essential employees, police and firefighters and things like that. But it's like, that was a scary time for sure. So the people that were able to capitalize out of that were rewarded. I guess that's how you want to look at it. The people that were able to take the initiative and do something with the money that was given to us were significantly rewarded. Somebody said Atlanta, we was outside.
They didn't know.
Atlanta, I'm gonna say this, Florida, I ain't know it was about Atlanta. I don't really be in Atlanta like that, but now that I'm a Floridian, I could say Florida. Throughout all that COVID, everything I just spoke about COVID, I don't think Florida cared. I don't think Florida was a part of it. Like when we first moved to Florida, we were like, yo, they not wearing masks down here.
Yeah, I went to Atlanta like not peak pandemic, but a couple months later, like maybe like 6 months after or 7 or 8 after it was announced. and they was in the hookah lounges like sardines.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is insane.
I think I took a flight. I can't remember where, but it was it was Spirit. Y'all know I hate Spirit. I'm a Delta flyer now, but Spirit was empty. And I'm like, I think my flight to Vegas, it was Vegas for sure. I remember I went with my brother, and it was like less than 50 people on the plane. You can never get used to that.
Mm.
You know, all my life before COVID, after COVID, I've always, you got somebody beside you, hoping you don't get the middle seat between a bigger person and this person snoring. It's crazy. But to be on a plane where every other row is empty, you got the whole row to yourself. You don't get used to that. So it was a different experience. Plus for Spirit, Spirit was like a dub. It was only like $30 to get there. So it was like it's like, how did the plane make any money? But COVID hit us. It was good for some. It was very, very good for some, myself included, and it was very, very bad for others. So it really tipped us. It tipped us significantly. It was like a huge. It wasn't like oh, we'll recover, like the financial crisis. It wasn't like something that tipped a little bit and then recovered. It tipped us hard, and I feel like the scales are still kind of one sided.
Agreed. So I just have a few more questions left, by the way, because a lot of these are kind of repeats. So can you give
Repeat
advice
it,
to can you give advice to entrepreneurs who are just starting out and may be intimidated or overwhelmed by financial management? Um, I do have like some friends that want to start businesses and they're just so scared. One, they're trying to make everything perfect, but then they just like, I don't want to spend all of this and stuff like that. And for me, I can relate because I probably spent a lot of money on stuff that I did not need initially trying to do the most. So could you give
probably. You look. Let's talk about it.
I paid too much for my
But
website.
no,
I did a lot of stuff that I probably could have waited on.
but that's a great question though. So what? And it's crazy because I feel like all my answers are going back to the same thing. But it's true. It's the education. It's the education, having the understanding of what you want to do. Like I can give y'all my blueprint. I mean, it's not like an elaborate blueprint, but the first step is research. Before you spend a dime, research what y'all want to do, man. If you want to start a credit repair business, if you want to start a barber shop, if you want to start the moon bounce business, if you want to start any type of business, a coaching business, whatever, do the research first. Don't spend money. Like I said, it's free tools out there. We have free tools. We give you free tools in our credit in our group, in our Facebook group. Pretty much every member of T has a YouTube account. We all get free tips there. We have TikTok account. Like there's so much free information all over the place in regards to anything you want to do. I don't care what type of business a person wants to start. There's somebody else that already has one. I mean, you might be the most unique person and start something that's brand new that nobody's ever seen before, and that's a rarity. But for the most part, a lot of us have a repeat business. Credit repair is not a new business. Coaching is not a new business. You know, the tire shop, the barber shop, the hair salon, the nail salon, they're not new businesses. The reason why they're so successful is because location, education, the people put in the research, the people put in the footwork. It's so much that goes into it before a dime is even spent. So that way, when the dime is finally spent, they know that the profits will start rolling in. So that's the first thing, research, education. The second thing is expectations. People set too high of a standard now, and it's because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
We see all of these gurus or these millionaires living their best lives, jumping out of jets and getting out of Ferraris and showing you their house. A lot of those houses are Airbnb, by the way. You know what I'm saying? No true millionaire is gonna give you a MTV exclusive of their house. So when you see somebody in this elaborate house, chances are it's an Airbnb. But the expectations are set too high. Why do you have? And actually, I'm not going down people, because you should have high expectations. You should have high goals, but you shouldn't be expecting to become a millionaire in your first month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what industry is going to get you there that fast. You shouldn't be expecting to hit 100 clients in your first 30 days. Is it possible? Absolutely. But if that's your expectation and you don't put in 100 clients in the first month grind, and then you don't hit it, now you're going to be depressed. Now you're going to be down in the slumps. Now you're going to be trying to figure out why it didn't work versus trying to keep working on it daily. You know, I work on myself every day. I like to tell myself, as long as I can do better than yesterday, I never stop growing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Do better than yesterday. I promise y'all. If you do better than yesterday with anything in your life, you're going to always get better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no offense to Tamaya, but I don't care what Tamaya does. I don't care what Sharnice does. I don't care what Brian do. Because at the end of the day, my only competition is me. I just need to make sure whatever KP does today is better than what KP did yesterday, and I'm good. You know, we have little friendly challenges. I try to say, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and oh, cool. Let me see what y'all got going on and see if I can elevate it or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just need to do better than yesterday. If I built 4 automations today and they were elaborate, and I'm like, all right, bet this fired off and this did this and this did that. Let me build 5 tomorrow, or let me build them deeper tomorrow. Or let me get better understanding tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's all I need to do. Because once I start slowing down, once I say, "Oh, I did 10 yesterday. I only get do. I only got to do 2 tomorrow. I don't feel like doing no more." Now I'm throwing myself off. I'm making my I'm setting the expectation, and I'm messing up my groove. Instead of going constantly up as I grow, I'm just wishy washy. I did 15. I won't do nothing tomorrow. I'm gonna take off tomorrow. I did 15 today. That's good. If you did 15 a day, you know minimum you need to do 15 tomorrow. You did if you made 20 sales today, tomorrow you should make 21 sales.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is a lot of us start seeing money that we're not used to, or um, getting in a place that we're not used to, and then getting complacent, like, yo, this is good. Like, I know so many people last year and the year before that had credit repair businesses and claimed, I don't know anybody's personal finances, but claimed that they made a lot more than they were putting on, and now they don't have their businesses anymore. They trying to start over. They yelling at all their clients on social media. It's so many different things, but it's like, well, how did you lose it? Like, what happened? How did you lose it? You said you had 100 clients yesterday. How'd you lose 100 clients in a day? Like, you know what I'm saying? So just always get better. Just always get better. Always improve. What I say, expectations, research, goals. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much the same thing I've been saying the whole podcast. Really, just do your research. Make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into before you spend any money. Network, ask questions. What else can they do? Partner up with people. Hell, the Elevation Academy. Look at this. We got the tees on. We teed up, but partner up with people. It's 4 of us that we all initially did the same thing, and then through our partnership and through our network, and we realized all 4 of us do 4 separate things. So now we all pull in on the credit repair to keep each other sharp, but all 4 of us do something outside of credit repair that we all can benefit from. So it's like, I do this, she do, Maya does that, Shanice does that, Brian does that, and now we can all pull it together. Now we got 4 brains working together.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, sometimes we just pivot, and it's not anything negative. You just grow and realize what you really want to do. Yeah, that's true too, and that's true too. You do pivot. It's just about understanding the pivoting. It's the difference between pivoting and being indecisive. Because I pivoted. I started with a credit repair business, then I had an outsourcing business, now I have a coaching business. That's pivoting, but I'm pivoting in an upward direction because all of my credit repair clients, I tried to get them to start businesses or credit repair companies to become my outsourcing clients. Then they got clients and it made me more money. Then I went and started a coaching business. Now I coach credit repair businesses. I coach people how to outsource. Like, my pivot kept me in an upward direction versus if I was to keep changing my mind. Oh, I don't want to do credit repair. I just want to outsource. I'm not helping anybody. I'm not elevating. I'm not going up. I'm just switching and staying level. You're switching different things. So yes, pivoting is not negative as long as you're doing it in a positive direction. As long as you're continuing to grow, keeping the people that helped you with you and growing with them. So I haven't grown by myself. Hell, the elevation, Tamaya, Shanice, Brian, they've all helped me get to where I am now. You know what I'm saying? I've had hella ideas. I know when we first started the CRM, They were my test subjects. I was like, yo, I don't know nothing about this. I need y'all to get in and I'll build it out for y'all. But tell me when it breaks. Tell me when it don't work, so that way I can learn how to fix it. And that's how I got better. So yeah, pivoting is not negative at all.
All right, this is the last question that I have on the docket here. All right, so finally,
On the dot,
from the docket.
I'm on, I ain't realize. I ain't know I was
Yes,
attacked.
yes. Can you share some success stories of businesses that you've worked with and how they were able to achieve financial stability and growth?
I got one specific one that I like to talk about. And I don't know if she want me to say her name. I won't say the name because I ain't asked her beforehand. But one specific credit repair business owner that I have. So she started off as a personal client. I had one personal client, and she told me before we started she wanted to do what I did. I didn't take it as jealousy. I didn't get mad. I didn't feel any type of way. I said, okay, great. Well, first thing we need to do, because she was in the 500s, and I said, first thing we need to do is to get your credit fixed, to get you the understanding of what to do. But through this journey, and this is kind of how I started realizing I like coaching. Through this journey, I'm gonna be fixing your credit and teaching you what I'm doing. So it took about 8 months to get her from a 500 to, I think, like a 712. So it was a nice jump. She added trade lines and did things. She had a couple cheat codes that a lot of people don't have though. Her parents have American Express credit cards. They added her as AU. So there's a lot of different factors that go into credit repair. But she got to about a 712, and then I was like, all right, cool. So now what we need to do next is get you some credit cards. I'm telling you, document the entire journey as I'm teaching you so you can understand what I'm doing so you can teach other people. Over the course of about 2 years, she went from a low 500 credit score to above a 700 credit score. She got access to about 114 ish $1,000 before she even started her business. Then we created the business. She had a credit repair business. She structured it, and now she has about 48 clients.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not overnight success. Like I don't want to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I made somebody a millionaire. I could have, I just don't know about it. Nobody's come to me and say, KP, help me become a millionaire yet. So I haven't had that type of story. But I do have that small success story. And like I said, she didn't give me authorization to say her name, so I won't say the name. But I do have a personal client of mine that now has a credit repair business. And remember, I don't have a credit repair business anymore. So it's like, imagine if I still had a credit repair business. It's like I'm teaching up the competition. I never look at it like that. I look at it like I'm helping a person do what they want to do. But then through teaching her, it made me realize that, because I've taught others and others have failed. And I felt like it was on my behalf because they failed. But then I realized through teaching her is, when it comes to teaching people and when it comes to helping somebody else be successful, they got to want it more than you.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that she wanted it more than me. She asked me questions every day. When we did our group Zoom, she had a list of questions. KP, how you do this? What do I need to do for this? This is what I'm trying to do. Is this smart? Should I get this credit card? How do I manufacture spend? I'm trying to do X, Y, Z. And having that list of questions, and now she uses that as an FAQ for her monthly Zooms with her for her people.
Mm-hmm.
All the questions she used to ask me a year ago is now her FAQs for helping her credit repair clients in her business. When she was a client, she got the education. Now she's the coach, or she's the specialist, and she gives the answers to the questions that she used to ask. So I think 48 clients. I think she's charging 129 a month. I don't count pockets, but she's making over 5K a month in her credit repair business. So imagine paying 149 a month to get your credit fixed for about 8 months, education and all that. And now you're making over $5,000 a month because you implemented the things that were taught and understood the assignment. Ain't that what y'all be saying to mine? That's the new thing.
Yeah.
I'm an OG. I'm an old man now.
Yes, sir.
She understood the assignment.
Doing good.
I love coaching and sharing everything I know. For me, it's never competition. Is Facebook user? Is that Shanice? It just say Facebook user.
I can't see it.
Is that Shanice?
Yeah.
Shanice, if that's you, you ain't signed in. We don't know it's you. If it's not Shanice, I don't know who it is. KP for president. Appreciate you. But yeah, Facebook user. I don't know if it's multiple users or if it's been the same person, but all we see is All we see is Facebook use. Oh, it's Pinky. There you go. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, it's pretty much that's pretty much how you go about it. You know, she now has over running in on 50. She may have 50 clients now, but guess what? She also outsources with me. So with that, it's like it's a win-win for both of us. You know, I was able to successfully take this person from a 500 to a 700 credit score. I was able to help this person start a business. I was able to help this person make more income in their life, get the education, get the finances, and all the things that they asked me for when they first got started. And it's helping put money back into one of my other businesses because the money that she's making from her business goes to my business to show, to show like, all right, she got 50 clients. That's 50 outsourcing clients for us. What did it say? Shanice said KP for president. Jesus. Oh, all right. So it's Pinky and Shanice. All right. Listen, I told y'all we only see Facebook user. We get the technical. This was our technical difficulty today. We don't see usernames. Literally every comment that has come in has said Facebook user. So thank you both, ladies. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my success story. I wish I was able to say her name. If she hits me up and says it on the next podcast, I'll be back and I'll tell y'all the name so y'all can go track her. I'll tell y'all the name. I'll tell y'all the name of her company and all of that. I didn't have the authorization. I didn't want somebody to get mad at me to be like, damn, I ain't tell you to say that. You know what I'm saying? You know how you throw somebody under the bus, even if it's in a positive way. I don't want her to feel some type of way. So, but that's my one true success story where I can definitively say I helped somebody start from nothing because she's working a 9 to 5. I don't think she has kids. That's another factor in it too. I should have talked about that during one of my segments, but having children or a partner or whichever, that significantly plays a part on your growth too. I know we brought that up in a couple different other episodes where people don't understand. Every two business owners are not the same. Mm-hmm. No matter what you do, you got so many different changes in your environment or in your life that affect how you'll grow. That's why the FOMO, you don't care about that. That's why worrying about what other people are doing, you don't care about that because everybody is different. Me and Tamaya, I'm married. First off, our gender is different. That's the first thing. Secondly, I'm married. Tamaya's single. I have children. Tamaya doesn't. So like all of those are gonna factor in. If me and Tamaya started at the exact same time, my expenses are already higher than hers just in life. No offense, I'm not, not nothing like that. But so if me and Tamaya are both making 10K, Tamaya being Tamaya, just Tamaya, she gets to keep her whole 10K. Guess what? I got daycare I gotta pay for. I have school expenses. My kids need things for school. If I travel, I'm probably paying for all of us. Tamaya just only having to pay for. Oh no, we had this conversation before. Remember when we was like she getting flued out.
I wish.
But that's the thing though. It's like that's another thing to factor in when it comes to the financial literacy and all of that. Factor in all of that. You can't make every event. I can't. I know last year, I think I made one event last year. I think we had 8 on the calendar and I only made one because life happens. If I have to go to a speaking event, well, if it's my event, I'm gonna do my best to get there. But if I have to go to an event, let's say InvestFest, CreditCon, or one of the events that we was going to, and one of my kids gets sick, I'm not going. I don't care about that event. I care about my child. Because I have children, that's a factor in my life. If Jazz was to get sick, I care about my wife. I'm not going to that event. But Tamaya doesn't have those factors. So it's less likely for her to be distracted. I won't say distracted, but it's less likely for her to have something that will prevent her from getting there. So now she has the opportunity to have more education. She has more time. She has more freedom. So we can't factor in, oh man, Tamaya, how is it that Tamaya got 100 clients? Me and her started at the same time. Well, Tamaya can dedicate 12 hours a day into her craft where I can only dedicate 2. That's a significant difference right there. So make sure y'all don't compare yourself to others. Don't I'm pretty sure that's Shanice.
Yes.
But don't factor in. I mean, do factor in. Well, I guess don't factor in. Don't care. Stop caring. Stop caring about other people. Stop caring about what other people are doing. Stop caring about how fast other people are going. Stop caring about why you're not doing what they're doing. Stop caring about why you're not a millionaire yet. Like, worry about yourself. Be better than you were yesterday. And I promise y'all, I promise y'all, I promise y'all, it'll get better.
Agreed. Because you don't know what people are going through to get what they got.
That too. You don't know. Hell, until they tell you, and when they cussing you out in the DMs,
Or they finessing you,
I'll be
lying to
like,
you. They really ain't got it for real.
man, all right, let's talk about some negatives real quick. Let's get some laughs going. Y'all know I like to joke. So a lot of these gurus, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but a lot of them are who y'all think they are. A lot of people are on these social media platforms paying for ads. Ad spend does not cost a lot of money. And it's nothing wrong with this. I'm not down on this because this is a really good strategy, but a lot of them are playing on lifestyle marketing
Mm-hmm.
where they'll go and buy a very expensive car Turo. They'll go and buy a very expensive Airbnb. They'll go and rent a jet for a day, not even a fly in it. Literally, you can rent jets just to do an ad in them. Like these pilot owners will literally let you pay them hundreds of dollars to film in their jet. You're not even taking off.
Mm-hmm.
You're just getting in it and recording. So it's like having that understanding, you have to stop trying to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Stop caring about it. You'll get there eventually if you really want to. Hell, I've been trying to get in the jet in the last 2 years. I still ain't get in one yet. I'm gonna get in one, but I've been happy. You know what I'm saying? I've been better than I was before. I've been better than I was yesterday. My family's doing good. You know what I'm saying? We taking care of y'all. See my plants. Look, if y'all track my plant history, because I know y'all been seeing them for like about a year now. My plants are growing. My plants are blooming. Look, this one right here got a flower coming up. But everybody has different goals. Everybody has different motivation. Everybody has different things that drive them. Stop letting somebody else's motivation motivate you. Stop trying to achieve other people's goals. Stop trying to be other people. Just be yourself. Do your own thing. If you're extroverted, be extroverted. If you're introverted, stop trying to talk to people all the time. You know, I got a jet. Pretty sure that's Sharnice, and I'm pretty sure she's lying. So we can is this my time to bash her? Can I bash her now?
No, you cannot. Will not be tolerated.
God, this is, you know what I'm saying. I got baby Shawnees over here. I should have had me and Brian, and I could have just bashed her the whole episode. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. You make me report this video.
But nah, man. I mean, I had fun doing this. Look, I woke up this morning. I'm damn. That's cold. Yeah, that's her. So I woke up this morning and I was like, oh man, I don't even know what we're gonna do. We got these questions. I guess we're gonna go back and forth. And then Shanice was like, oh, she's sick. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Keep grinding, Mo. I think that might be Brian.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, y'all all Facebook users. I'm gonna just say that y'all all collectively are one person. We just gonna rock with that. This is just one person talking to us. But this morning, I woke up and I was like, man, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. This morning I woke up and I was lazy. We didn't have a guest speaker, and I was like, man, I don't want to do the podcast. I'm gonna just stay asleep. Right? My alarm went off 9 o'clock, and I was like, damn, I gotta get up, made breakfast, talk to the family real quick. And I was like, you know what? I'm up. Let me just do it. Let me just get on the podcast. I don't want to do it, but we're gonna do it. Then checking my phone, I saw that Shanice was sick, and I was like, my very first reaction, I won't lie to y'all, was bet. Now we don't gotta do the podcast. Like
We got to cancel. Like, back down for a minute.
I was like, you know what I'm saying? Cancel it. She's sick. I'm gonna just say that Shanice was sick. We canceling it. But something pushed me to come on here, man. I really like helping y'all. I really enjoy these podcasts every week. I really like to be able to answer questions. I really like to push y'all and motivate y'all and show y'all that you have to want it. I wanted to come on here today. I wanted to answer y'all. I wanted to answer y'all questions. I wanted to talk to y'all. I wanted to be able to let y'all know my journey and the things I did and the things you can and can't do. What they say, podcasts are all about consistency. You did the right thing. Yeah, man. That it wasn't. So the thing is, I didn't get on the podcast to keep the consistency of the podcast. I got on the podcast to keep the consistency of my growth. Like, I
True.
can't grow if I stop. Y'all can't grow if you stop. That's like watering your plants. How you expect your plant to keep growing? You stop watering it. So I came on here and I appreciate Tamaya for jumping in and asking me the questions, but I like really had to come on here. It wasn't a want, it was a necessity to come on this jump today. Man, it's your favorite electrician, Mo. My favorite electrician. Who? I'm trying to think who my favorite. It's probably that's Tavon. Tavon, I didn't even know you had a Facebook, bro. I think that's my dog, Tavon. If that's it. If it's another electrician, my bad. If it's another electrician, my bad. Look, I've been an electrician for 10 years. I know a lot of y'all, but that's my dog, Tavon. I got my cash out ready for the next. We back to Shanice. Hey man, y'all gotta sign in, man. We can't be reading all these Facebook users. I'm sitting there trying to play the guessing game on who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yeah, that's my dog. Look, Tavon, that's who it was. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You got anything else like for you or like that you got? I know you asked all the Shanice questions. You ain't got anything?
Um, I don't think so. I know it's almost time for us to go, but I would like to say I think there is going to be there's being a major shift in those who jumped into entrepreneurship, who are not seeing what they thought they would see after a couple of years, not doing as well. And I feel like there's also a push to get people to go back to work and do all those things and come
Right.
back to the work industry. I feel like some companies, I know, for example, I had a gas card with the company and I had a certain limit and I was using my gas card and all that kind of stuff. And I would pay, uh, what was I paying? I was paying monthly for it. I had net 30 terms and they switched me to weekly. And I'm like, why? And I pay my bill on time, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. It's just little stuff in the industry that I feel like they trying to push people to go back. Like, all right, y'all doing too much out here. Y'all making too much noise. You think you can live on your own? Nah. So that's just my.
That's another thing. One to add to that, what was it? The work from home jobs. I noticed the economies we survived and we did good when everybody was working from home. But once COVID has slowed down, and I mean COVID is I guess it's over now, but once it slowed down, they were trying to get people back in the office. Well, why I gotta come back in the office when you were making money with me at home?
Because they see you got
What is the point of me coming?
job making too much money.
Exactly. That's what the problem was. I think that's what they picked up on because I know a lot of people, no names, obviously, everybody do what they do, that were literally working two work from home jobs simultaneously
Mm-hmm.
and getting that bag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it was possible. It still is possible for the people that haven't done it yet, but there's nothing wrong with having a job. Yes, there's nothing wrong with having a job.
Mm-hmm.
I push this for entrepreneurship. Keep your job. If you are starting a business, keep your job. It's gonna be a slow grind, but guess what? You still have your safety net. Like people, y'all don't want the problems of not knowing how much money you're gonna make this month. At least with the job, you like, man, my check gonna be 1,200 every 2 weeks. If that's not a lot, it is what it is. But it's a reality for some. Some people making less than that.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Have that safety net. Like I told one guy, he was like, bro, I make 1,500 a week. 1,500 a week is great, right? Your mortgage, pay your bills, all of that. He's like, oh, well, I don't got no time to start my business. Should I quit my job? Why would you quit your job? You making $6,000 a month, safety net, to start a business. You want to start a business, start the business. That's fine. What I want y'all to understand is if you have the money, $6,000 a month is pretty good for a single guy, no kids, right? Hire someone immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Hire someone immediately. You can pay a VA to do all the jobs that you were getting ready to do and keep your safety net.
Yeah.
Create a SOP. Figure out what you want them to do. Have them do it while you're working a 9 to 5. You got the VA that's working on your business. So your business is growing. Yes, you have to pay them. You're paying them from the 9 to 5 money until the business starts making money. But guess what? Having a VA allows the business to grow. It allows the business to continue growing. I tell y'all this all the time. Like everybody knows Riddell. Y'all should know Riddell by name now. My personal assistant name is Riddell. Riddell runs the outsourcing company. Like y'all know that. Everybody knows that at this point. My outsourcing company, I still bring people in. I still talk to people, but I'm not hands on at all. Like y'all, everybody that knows me that's outsourced with me, they know that I don't touch in the business. My team is doing all the work. If you got questions, you can ask me. Yes, but it's just gonna trickle down. Hey, Riddell, can you help me with this? Riddell, hey, can you respond to this for me? Because he knows Riddell's been with me for over 3 years, and he knows everything about the outsourcing business. So I let him run it. Why would I? Why would I keep putting time into it when I have a specific teammate that I trust and I know that can run everything? That's like CEOs. Why do you think we have hierarchies in the 9 to 5 business? Store manager, assistant store manager, store owner, like all of those things. He would be my equivalent of a store manager. I trust him to control all the other teammates, to do all the time, the payroll and all. I mean, I still do the payroll, but he collects the hours, he does corrections and everything. Like y'all don't understand how much this guy does for me. But without that, I would still be spending time on that. I wouldn't have time for the podcast because I'd be doing payroll today. I wouldn't have time to do my weekly coaching calls because I'd have to go and fix mistakes that the team made or answer questions that my CROs have or help my coaching class. Like build your business with employees. Stop working in your business and work on your business. Having a 9 to 5 is the easiest way to grow your business because you have money to invest in it. You're not trying to get money to reinvest in it. You have the 9 to 5 money to just keep dumping into it until it makes more. Then you can quit the 9 to 5. Somebody making $6,000 a month should not quit their job until their business is making at least $20,000 a month. That's more than 3 times your income. That's a realistic number. Stop quitting y'all jobs, man. Please stop quitting your jobs. I understand pursuing entrepreneurship, everybody wants the freedom, but you don't have to quit your job for freedom. Gradually grow, gradually release the job, and then you be fine. So we are past the time. That's good. Hope y'all appreciated my preaching moment. You know what I'm saying? I think I did good. Tamaya gave me all these hard ass questions, but
No, we're not.
I did it. I did it, y'all. I did it. I was nervous. I was scared at first. You know what I'm saying? I came out. I was like, damn, she about to drill me. I'm not gonna have the answers. And you just flow right out, man. Just be confident. Y'all know I'm joking. I wasn't nervous at all.
Mm-hmm.
But see, Shanice not here. She got the what's the thing we do? That's all I got. What she say? That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Shanice, you still how we close out? Type it in the box. I'm pretty sure that's what it is though. That's all I got. Oh, that's it. You got to put your hands up. Then I gotta close it. That's it. That's it, y'all. I think she say that's all we got. I think she say that's it, but that's it. That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
All right, man. Next Wednesday, we'll see y'all. Appreciate it.